Mrs. Smith. What brings you in today?
Hi, Dr. Robinson. I'm here because I have concerns about my daughter, Emily.
Okay, what are your main concerns?
Well, as you know, she has Goldenhar syndrome, which is a congenital disorder, and she was born without a left eyelid and no bilateral auditory nerve. And she had surgery about 2 years ago to reconstruct her left eyelid, and she's also had cornea transplants.
And how did that surgery go, and how is her vision now? It's important for me to know because visual cues are an important part of visual habilitation.
Eyelids are fully recovered, and her transplant was a success.
Okay, that is great news. How's her communication now? Is her communication effective?
Well, my husband and I try to use sign language with her, but we come from an all-hearing family, so sign has been kind of a new thing, and we're trying to work to learn it. Our whole family's been really supportive, and Emily is picking up on signs, but most of her communication is still like pointing and gesturing, and I'm just really afraid that she's going to be behind other kids her age, and I just really want her to be able to just hear stuff around her.
Okay, do you know the option available for Emily's hearing?
Well, we were told that hearing aids were not an option because she has no auditory nerve, and so does that mean that cochlear implants are also out of the picture?
Cochlear implants wouldn't be an option because of her lack of having an auditory nerve.
Oh, yeah. Well, my husband and I had actually been researching auditory brainstem implants, and we've only done minimal research on it, but I was kind of curious about that.
Okay, ABI uses technology similar to that of cochlear implant, but instead of electrical stimulation being used to stimulate the cochlea, it is used to stimulate the brainstem of the recipient. It is more invasive than a cochlear implant surgery, and it only recently has been approved by FDA on profoundly deaf children.
Okay, well, do you think based on Emily's condition that she would be a good candidate for an ABI?
Based on the fact that she has no auditory nerve, this would be the best option for Emily to have a sense of hearing.
Well, do you think that it will completely restore her hearing?
No, it will not fully restore her hearing, but will give her minimum hearing to aid in her lip reading, but it will not allow her to completely understand speech.
Okay, and you said it was fairly invasive, so is there a long recovery period for that?
Well, like I mentioned before, yes, it is very risky because it hasn't been done a lot, and it is an invasive surgery. And because of that, there is a long recovery period needed.
Okay, well, if we decide to go the route of an ABI, what would be our next step, and who would I contact?
I can give you some information on a local neurosurgeon to set up an evaluation for Emily. They'll be able to answer any questions you have concerning the actual surgery. However, I can tell you that the little research that has been done has shown that the sooner the surgery takes place, the better.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for that.
If this is successful, it will give her some sound, and any gain will be an improvement since she has been deaf since birth.
Okay, so do you think if it is successful, do you think she'll always be developmentally behind compared to her hearing peers?
Well, since there's been little research on the effectiveness, hard to say, but with oral rehabilitation and family support, she may very well learn to communicate better.
Okay, well, this has made me feel a lot better knowing my options. I know that we will either see great improvements or minimal improvements. My husband and I know that we will be behind her in any way that we go, and that we will be very involved with the future, of course, with her education to ensure that she's receiving all of the possible services available to her. I definitely feel better having talked to you about all of this.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Here's some more information on ABI for you and your husband to look at. If you have any other questions or concerns, feel free to contact me.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Dr. Robinson.
It's my pleasure.